party is gathered. You are ready, or so you hope. Trepidation and awe ripple through you as you enter the water. Beyond lies Charles domain, the Shadow Fell.
Lady Shah, I can feel her all around. This is her domain. This is the Shadowfell. We must keep going.
Feel lighter. I'm burning. As if the softest push could send me drifting away. Just a little bit further. See my actions, Lady Shah. Hear my words of faith. Blessed Night Singer, witness my adoration. I have emptied my wicked forces. I have vanquished your foes.
Alright. So, welcome to Baldur's Gate. I'm Major Freak, Baldur's Gate 3. So the first time I did this, I argued with Shadowheart, and I killed her, figuring, oh well, I can just resurrect her afterwards. It disallows you from resurrecting her. So I tried again, and this time I tried to persuade
The first in a century. You who have come to seek the praise of your wicked goddess. You who have
And then
dagger through my heart.
I used charisma and got a natural 20, thank God, because otherwise it would be impossible. I had a couple of insights, so I was able to reroll. Thank God. And I did that, but
There is much she does not tell you. A terrible blood price that may extend beyond my own death.
You feel Shadowheart bristle.
I wasn't really satisfied with,
Your bond is strong.
I forget what happened. Yeah, I believe I got past this, got to the Ketheric, the boss, and then screwed up, and then had to reload, but realized I had to go way back to here, so I did it again, and I just let trust Shadowheart. And this is the playthrough, you'll see. And it's
What's that I sense?
fairly okay.
Intended for my heart. Empowered by your goddess, I. Empowered to kill the child of a god. Do you know what I am, little assassin? For I know you. A lost child.
This is
frightened by wolves.
pretty much my first playthrough.
Much has been promised to you, hasn't it? What has been taken from you? What do you know of your own heart? Your own life? I sense more in you than you know.
Whatever you think you know in me won't matter once I become who I'm meant to be.
There she goes. Throws the spear off the edge. Obviously, this is spoiler alerts.
I can't believe I just did it. Lady Shah will disown me. What will happen to me?
Not what will happen. What will you do? Your past isn't yet
Yeah, I'll
lost.
mute the
You
mic.
do not yet exist. Their hand
Don't
of friendship
really have a
will
lot of
and I will fight the battle that has been waiting for me this last century. Then we will have much
insights. I was just like, what? Going along for the ride.
Our Lady of Silver, hear me. She who guides the Moon Maiden's school, mother of the so-called Nightsong. The Nightsong is no more. I am resplendent. You have given me a great gift, little warrior. Don't you find it also curious that you would spurn your dark lady? Perhaps you feel a stirring of the truth already. But that will come later. There is a battle yet to be fought. You have done what we feared was impossible. You have released me from a century of sorrow. Your power is great. So too must be your weapon. You must choose what you will wield. And the Moon Maiden will provide. Thus I have said. Thus will it be so. Are you ready? Oh, we'll do more than that, my friend. We're going to kill Ketheric Thorn.
We need to leave. Lady Shah would stand for us to be here, not after what we did. I'm not sure there's a place that's far enough away for me to go. Lady Shah must be angry. But there's only silence. Let's get out of here, please. Whatever's coming, I don't want to be in the heart of the Shadowfell when it finds me. The Nightsong will be headed for Moonrise Towers. We'd better get there. and see what she's unleashed against Ketheric Thorn.
Powerful ally. Well chosen, Shadowheart. Ketheric Thorn's immortal no longer. He will know true death to her hands.
Let's see what he'll do.
Actually forget to try out that glaive. Compared, you know, I don't even compare it to,
I thought I was done for. I thought perhaps I might have been dead. This is all like some sort of terrible dream. But it's real, isn't it? I stood before the Nightsong. I heard Lady Shah's words. And I failed her. Worse than failed her, I defied her. Just because of what Asimar said. I tried to leave, but Shah blocked me. Punished me for failing her. I thought I knew the limit of pain that the incurable wound could inflict, but I had no idea. It felt like I was suffering the agony of 1,000 people all at once. My blood was boiling, my hair was on fire. I thought I'd claw my own face off with pain. But then she released me. Banished me, more like. She said I was an outcast. That all of her children would know me and revile me.
Shadowheart looks distraught, abandoned by her goddess and all former allies. And as for her divine magic, admitting who empowers her now may break her spirit for good.
You're lucky to have such confidence. Me. I think the full price of what I've done has yet to reveal itself. I'm a target to Lady Shah's followers now. Nightsong promised she'd tell me something about myself. I need to speak with her as soon as I can. What she said to me back in Shadowfell about the wolves, that's no coincidence. She took flight to hunt down Ketheric Thorn. All I can do is help hasten his demise, and hope that answers soon follow. When the chance arises, I must speak to Nightsong again. Whatever she claims to know, it may just help me make sense of everything.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, that glaive, I didn't even compare it with, the Githyanki and my Barbarian to see if their, you know, their battle axes and warhammers are lesser than that glaive. Nah. I'll try to remember. I consider briefly doing some of those quests, those, you know, explore the rest of the map and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, screw it. Let's get this boss fight over with. And since I'd already gone to that other realm and cut short a bunch of the story arcs, that at that point I really wasn't, there wasn't a lot of caring in my brain about dealing with side quests because, yeah, they'd be nixed.
She will rise in moonlit glory and carve a path of brightness to the accursed one's second death. So saith the wise Alonso. That beacon of angelic wrath has taken a fight to Ketheric on the rooftop, and the first line of defense are dead. But storming the tower won't
Right, I remember.
Ketheric will gather his strength and retaliate.
Remember I said I had to reload back to the beginning where I had to do this whole scene again? Right back to where I freed Nightsong. I said, told this woman, hey, you lead your forces, don't need to join me, and yada yada. But the problem is, when I did that, and I took the second option, the middle option, she charged ahead, and there was no way for me to save her, and she died, and I wasn't able to resurrect her. So it was like, screw that. How important is this woman to the entire storyline? Is she going to be important? Would I like her in my camp? Yada, yada, yada. So I was like, screw this. As soon as she died, I went back, and you're watching the reload. Yeah, I was like, I'm sure if I ever finish this this story, this game, and then replay it, I'll probably be less concerned about whether she lives or dies, because she doesn't seem like a very powerful character. I was quite annoyed with her when I was playing with her as a sidekick right here. Didn't really float my boat. Oh, and I finally start to use tadpoles. I was like, yes, what's the worst that can happen, right? I've been avoiding it all this time, and then I was like, is there anything decent? And I'm looking for something cool. Like Cull a Week looked really cool. So I'm like, all right, let's see if I can do that. So I go out and get that one, and I'm like, what else is there? So I think I spent 5 more points on this to check it out. I don't know what the locked bits are, but I'm wondering, is there any drawback to, like, I haven't even Googled if there's any drawbacks to actually taking even one tadpole, right? Yeah, right? 1's too many, 24 is not enough. Oh, yeah. And truth to say, during this session, I see if there's any of these powers I've activated that are useful in battle. And honestly, I don't think it was worth it. For whatever cost I'll have to pay eventually, I think. But maybe there isn't, right? I mean, what do you have to, like, how much of your brain you have to do to corrupt, I guess, in order to make it worthwhile. And I go, no, I'm not going to use it for anybody else, just my main character, and just keep the corruption down to minimum, right? There's already tadpole in my brain, so I'm like, all right. So I start looting as best I can, and then, okay, battle commences. And I've done this before, right? Because I know what's going to happen. So I'm like, all right, let's do this smart. Kill those damn magic users. Yeah, they were nasty. They do this cloud of darkness that, yeah, it's slows and stuff. It's not nice. So I try my best to deal with this battle. It works out okay. So I'll mute now. I don't think there's many insights to be had during this battle. It's just a straightforward grind.
This is good. This way.
Oh, yeah, those potions of agility, you can use alchemy to get more of them, and they are plentiful, and you can buy quite a few. So I figure it's best I start using these during the campaign, so by the end of it I don't have like 50 of them, and I've been hoarding them without using them. So I figure it's best to use them on my main character, because my main character is not a fighter who doesn't get 2 attacks per turn. So having double the attacks is... And I don't give any more potions of agility to others. It's just all hoarded with my main character, who uses them as much as I... Like, if I think that's going to be a tough fight, I'll use the potion of agility. And I'm surprised this thing is easy to kill. He goes down. My first playthrough of this, he went down quick. And this one, he went down surprisingly quickly. Glass cannon, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, the bigger they are, the bigger the divot they make. Most of this stuff, the loot I get, I'll most likely sell it near the end. I just don't know which items are going to be helpful to me, you know? Maybe something might be a good combo with something else, so I'm holding off selling my magical items and just hoarding them at base camp. Yeah, Jaheira was highly underwhelming. but maybe as a sidekick, she's not leveling up, and so I can't use her full potential. But if I let her go to town, she rushes ahead and dies, so permanently. So don't want that to happen. Maybe next playthrough I wouldn't care. It's like, yeah, go off and kill yourself. I don't care. Soak up some damage. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, the thief, his attacks are pretty strong, even though I only get one per turn. He's got excellent archery skills. He's useful in the sense that I can use him to unlock crate chests and stuff like that, and disarm traps, and it's so useful in an adventuring kind of mode that I'm okay with him being the weakest link of any combat. But the nice thing is, he's not that weak. He does add some decent stuff to combat, so yeah, the benefits definitely outweigh the risks of using a low combat character. I've got like the barbarian and the Githyanki are excellent soldiers. You know, double attacks each at this level, so yeah, that's quite enough to manage. And if it's not, I'm doing something wrong, right? Anyways, I think the one thing that annoys me about that Guardian is that it's a concentration spell. I can't activate that and get my +2 armor class spell, the armor thing. Where is it? I'll point you with my cursor. Hopefully the cursor gets recorded. Probably not, though. Yeah, trying to figure out, like, it's kind of weird. It's like, see this? I think this is her Panther mode, but I never clicked on it. I was always clicking on this, the wolf cry thing, thinking that was her path to the Panther. But I never did see the Panther. Okay, so, where is it? It is... I'm going to pause this, actually. I haven't actually used this yet. It makes a target vulnerable to bludgeoning and crushing and stabbing and stuff like that. Damage. Could have been useful on the Forge, but since I went to the Nightsong realm, Shadowfell realm, I kind of short-circuited that storyline arc. But nah, I was never really interested in getting the adamantine stuff. Yeah, I mean, it might have been good, but yeah, whatever. It's done is done. I'll know next campaign. Where is it? I usually use this. Aegis or something? The Guardian? No. Anyways, whatever. Low level spell that is super useful. I mean, it gives me +2 armor class. I'm already armor class 22 for my main, so it's pretty decent. So anyways. Still very unsure of how the spell casting system works. I'm getting used to it, like upgrading your spells, your low level spells to higher level, or keeping them low level, and just figuring out all that stuff is annoying, but it's useful. Slowly getting there. Here are these idiots. These are dangerous, actually. It's what killed Jirai the first time. Jahira the first time. So basically, if that Guardian is concentration spell, if I break concentration of the person who summoned it, it dispels. So that's something I wasn't considering at the moment. I was like, yeah, I'll just tank it. I'll mute the mic again until something happens.
Time to move.
My fury, I am death. What must be done? I send you to Elder Timbering. Can't hold it up. You will not die. Take your oath. My fury, I am death. Vow with a my path true, not with another harvest. Fair fight. Let's go. Like my feet. Take your
Yeah, there's one more archer left. So, a bug happens after I kill this guy and I go into this area, chasing these guys to make sure they're not killed, is that I can't, the enemies aren't red. I can't kill them. They start wounding and fighting the other guys, but I've got no ability to, I'm not in combat, and they're fighting, but I'm next to them. I'm like, what the hell? How am I even? So I manually start hitting things, but it still doesn't work. So I just manually start hitting things, and I'm not sure. Like, I think I accidentally kill a friendly thing. I'm not sure, but I'm just like, I'm guessing who I'm supposed to kill, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And somebody else is shooting, so I got there, and okay. So, yeah, it was kind of annoying, but the bugs are in the game. I think we're all aware of the bugs. They are quite obvious. It's annoying, but I was able to deal with it. And now I go through and start looting. And the cool thing is that NPC wandering around out there outside, or kneeling, I thought she was mourning a death of somebody, but she's looting too. So I just like, I'm gonna loot before you, and I just sell all my loot to her. So that was useful. A bit cheesy, but whatever. Not sure if there's going to be more combat here. Haven't a clue, so I'm healing up.
It's a grim task, picking provisions from the dead. But the way I hear it, the fighting's not done yet. You need to resupply.
Sell. I think I'll buy one or two things here. Yeah, the cloak of protection. Hell yes. Purchase that one. It's always difficult trying to equip things from this menu. I do it so I don't forget, but it is annoying to get things working properly. So there, so I don't forget it. And I believe I get this potion in agility. I just go around to see if there's anything useful. Fireball, I think. No, that's not a fire. There's the fireballs. Hell yes. So I purchased the fireballs. Big time. And then give it to my scroll holding character. Arbitrarily picked. Yawn. But yeah, I fiddle around a bit. I think I go to camp afterwards. I'm gonna mute.
Lay your light away. Is that blood? No, never mind. Anything of use? Have to keep going.
Yeah, this was the guy with the only. This was the only one with actual magic items on him in this whole battle that I looted. It's quite surprising.
I need a quick word. Just tell me what you need.
Yeah, I think I forget to buy that Yonti scale mail. It was quite expensive, and I hesitated because of that.
Enough waiting.
can't afford to stay idle.
Well, hello.
Action, not reaction.
Lady, light away.
It was an honor to walk the shadows at your side. A little more inviting here, though, eh?
I'll fill that one later.
So just a warning, I do a save scum. I do a save, and then I save scum with this. I forget why I needed to save scum.
What have you done? What have you done to me? Impossible. You are a thrall, a slave. You serve the Absolute. You serve me. Bow, you dog. Bow! The prism. You've had it all this time. You worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break. You.
How good it is to see you again, Ketterick. At last you found a godmaster that suits you, it seems.
Aelin, the thief. You stole Isabel from me, and now you think you'll take my life in the bargain?
You dare to speak her name. After your crimes, innumerable, you would evoke her before me.
Enough. This ends, here and now, at last.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side.
No escape.
Something lethal. It comes easy these days. Need to find a way forward. Death won't take me yet. We're ready. Have to keep going.
Enough. My lord beckons me. You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter. Isabel.
You will fall as sure as she. This has only begun.
The tentacle was colossal. How could such a thing be possible? That thing came from below. We need to find out where it took Ketterick.
Yeah, I thought she was dead, but apparently she soul caged. It's a spell, so she's not dead. But at first I'm like, what the? If she can get killed so easily, what's going to happen to me? But I'm like, screw it. Let's do this. And I go to Ken? Yeah, okay.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Of course, trading out
Time to rest.
Shadowheart for the Barbarian for sure.
Soldier. You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more lifted into the mix? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine. And yet, you're more mind flayer than ever. Hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this. Good. And you know, keep an eye on yourself. If you start feeling loopy, shout. We don't know what these tadpoles are capable of. Copper for your thoughts? Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to send someone packing if you want me to join. Let's hope.
Open up.
Soldier. Up to.
Must be on my way.
The general will call that a tactical retreat, I'm sure. But you have him on the run. That thing he summoned was illicit. Follow it below and find him, before he has a chance to subdue the Nightsong again. Better they stay here, and hold it ours should Ketherick's army catch wind of our assault. But if you have room for one lone soldier, I would face Ketherick by your side. As you wish. Good hunting.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
All of this, seen beneath moonrise. For how long? And how deep does it go? Think you can take me on?
Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now. Our telepathic storm has become Tempest. We must be ready to confront the Elder Brain. One presides over every gate colony.
No problem. And what does this little strain look like?
I wonder how many pilgrim holes
Right
there
there, sprouted with lethal tentacles and oozing cerebrospinal fluid.
Right. Good. Glad I asked.
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been hollowed out to better echo the commands of the collective.
A gate thrall. The only way to save it is to kill it.
You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. You could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you.
Master. No. Down. Deep. One of three. One of three.
This labor
You're close. I am fury. I am death. Make way. Lighting up. Soldier.
Yeah, this battle, I'll mute pretty quick. But this battle pretty much went as well as I hoped, as I could hope for, you know. Nothing scary happened. Well, these were scary. I was able to kill them quickly though, and they're just undead, and they're not really special undead. So except for that summoner, everything was pretty much, can I whittle them down and then take out the spellcaster? That was my thinking.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Yeah, that paralyze thing that's happening with the Gift Yankee right now was kind of spooky, but I suspect it was a concentration spell, so you break the concentration, you break the paralysis, so I didn't have to do anything special for that, and I didn't lose too many turns with her being paralyzed, so that was cool.
Victory awaits. Let my name be known. Fuck yes. Come on, Kolak. Can't even catch my breath.
Yeah, they're bugging out right there, so I figured if I clicked on those icons that were clicking, flashing back and forth, maybe I could break it out of its stupidity. But most of these laggy bug kind of stuff do resolve itself without you having to do anything, so that's kind of cool.
This is my happy place.
I've mentioned this before, but I rely on jumping into combat more than rushing, so I can actually get a combat attack in at the end of that jump, instead of the rush where you don't.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Here goes nothing. Victory awaits. Let's have a fire, baby. Some oil over here. I will ascend. No word. Nothing important is ever easy. Soldier, I need your help.
Sounds like fun.
This is gonna feel good. Wow, so much for peace.
Can't last much longer like this.
Time to strike.
Secure. Secure. Secure.
Careful, I might.
Yeah, these apparently were just cosmetic, so I didn't really need to do anything to them. I'm pretty sure.
May the gods take you first.
The moment comes, the absolute knows. Not without.
If not over, then through.
Tread carefully.
Baldur's Gate will know my design. Our design. We will take the city. Every soul laid true.
Yeah, I hate puzzles. Puzzles and me do not mix oil and water. It's just... so I try it a bit, but I can't make any intuitive sense out of it, so I just give up. And hoping that I don't really need... There's no tomes or lore or anything helping me through this, so I'm like, yeah, screw it. So I give up fairly quickly into this, and hope that I don't have to actually complete this puzzle in order to move forward.
Hurry now. The city calls out for salvation. The chosen are my heart, and you my many hands. Of many hearts, one soul. Prepare the march. My chosen gather below.
Ready.
Descend, faithful. We depart.
Let's be quick.
Assemble. Obey. Evacuate.
Embrace death. Become death. You are a sacred hand. General Thorn was attacked. The order to evacuate given. You should not be here. I conclude you are one of the attackers.
At first I was like, maybe I should think about confusing them. Like, no, actually I am one of the attackers, so here we go.
There's blood in here.
What's this?
Not design, but death. Baldur's hate will know my design. Our design. We will take the city. Every soul made.
Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the lava indicates they're getting ready for something big.
That pod. Is that Missoura inside? By Granite's cock, it's about time you came. Go on and gloat. Bow to your pretend crowd. All done? Good. Now enough sniffing around and get me out of this thing.
You recall an old incantation from a children's story said to void a devil's contract. Abi diabole et nunquam redi.
I'll be damned. You want to free the pup from his pact. And you thought that idiotic display would do it. Oh, bravo. Fine, I'll play your game. But I amend the pact. Clause F, Section 9. Soulbinder shall bestow reward or favor only upon soul bearer's fulfillment of related obligation. Now, open the pod.
Your eyes turn to the control panel next to the pod. It has two devices marked with elithid symbols. The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority. The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate.
I should have picked Annihilate. I really should have. Just to see what would have gone down.
Don't take long. They pop a tadpole in me and the hells will take will for good. Playtime's over. Get me out.
The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Good work. I give you a gold star, but I'm fresh out. As for the pact. Clause Z, Section 13. If the soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the soul bearer from all obligation within 6 months.
You're a disgusting little shit. You know that, Missoura.
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you. Dead serious. Don't let the smile fool you. Right, I'm out of here. I need a long bath. I'll leave you to your very serious business. But don't you fret. If you survive this place, I'll find you. The pup will be needing me. Count on it. Oh, and ask Will how we met. I've loosened his tongue. It's a real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
At first I thought they were all dissolved, but the option to release them was fairly easy for me to do. I could have dissolved everybody and not dealt with the elithids. Elithids are difficult to kill, so I was regretting it at first, but hey, all's well that ends well, and was able to rescue one of the secondary NPCs, so that was cool.
Laughing uncontrollably as the skin fell to his face. Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills your mind. Every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate. desperate to escape. The device is open to your tentpole's command, to your authority.
Gate machinery. Cold as the sea of night. Alien as time to the astral plane. Avert your eyes. Close your mind.
You're mine.
Swift and lethal. This. No choice but to keep going.
Eliminated.
Time to strike. My path be true.
Let's have some courage.
I need your help. I am fury. I am death. Stay on my feet. Let's ahead. I will ascend.
Hells, I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you. I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived. You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it. I fell short of that mark in Avernus, and even so, it was not so bad as this. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends, but I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketherick is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place. Only if you can trust it won't be buried in your back. The Absolute swayed me once before. I won't risk it happening again. Go, my friend. Please, let me do this much.
Don't waste a step. Better not be cursed.
Descend, assemble, prepare, obey. Liberate!
All right, time to see what new horror's waiting for us.
A whole fleet of Nautiloids. How many true souls have passed through this place? Is anyone else's tadpole squirming around a lot more than usual? Something's wrong with them. Something significant. No longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Motherfucker! Gortash!
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes, with cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure, like flies on liquid carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I've played my part.
You built an army for our masters, true enough, but what of the astral prison? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time, and you ran from her.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketherick. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge, but you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His great breath sings to my sinews again. But he must leave the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketherick, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow. The edict. Obey.
The Testament of Merkel!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence, enslaved by mere mortals.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard, the Absolute.
Whom preserve us?
You wag your word flap in vain, Alderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you retrieve the weapon. And Ketherick, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way!
Yeah, Ketherick Storm is voiced by J.K. Simmons. Batman Returns, the commissioner, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, let's check him out. What other stuff has he done? He does a whole bunch of voice acting, that's for sure. I think. I don't know. My goodness.
Indolence breeds madness. Objective noted.
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out. Finer champions than you have tried and failed. But perhaps they lacked the fear that drives you. Your freedom hanging in the balance. Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers, but for Merkel I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here.
I forgot to speed this video up. I'll pause it and do so.
As my servant.
I was like, God, this is taking so long. So I'll speed this up. Yeah, he wasn't in Batman. He's been in a ton of stuff. Done a ton of voice acting too. There we go. Yeah, I think I remember him from, my wife likes to watch Special Victims Unit, Law and Order, so probably have seen him from there. But yeah, the voice actors in this game aren't, there's no one famous like Mark Hamill or anybody like that. It's, you know, except for this guy, a bunch of unknowns, I believe. Anyways. So this is my first one. I go, hey, let's take out the boss. It'll cut down on the number of undead he summons. I'm assuming because he's a master of undead. So I'm like, I want to kill him now before I get overwhelmed by undead. That's not the case at all, I discover. So it's like, okay, I rescued the angel. Great. Now I can take him out. Let's do this. And I'm actually able to do it. Unfortunately, spoiler alert. Well, obviously, you're not watching this if you're worried about spoiler alerts. But yeah, I have no idea that what I'm doing is just gathering all the enemies except the boss guy together, and then the god shows up, and then I've got the Illithid, the Intellect Devourers, and those other summoning monsters just all together at once. It was just a massacre of me, and the Illithid was happened to mind control the angel. So not only did I have all the enemies still alive when I killed Ketheric, the first, you know, I also had the angel on the baddie side. It was just so bad. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, I actually regret taking the tadpoles. It was, the powers aren't really helpful. They're trivial. And so I wasn't impressed at all with those powers. I believe I was able to use one, I think, to turn the tide of battle. But that's happened only once so far, so I am not on the fence. I regret taking the tadpoles. I don't think it's going to help me in the end, or in the long run. I think I'm not used to the concentration of these spirit guardians, and I think I do the guardian the shield, and which breaks the concentration of the guardians. Pretty sure. Yeah. Boop. Oops. Yeah. I wish there was a pop-up warning you about that. I wish she had an option of doing that. And of course, yeah, there she goes. She's just, I'm like, what the hell? Yeesh. Yeah, dog meat. I'm like, okay, all I have to do is kill this guy, and then I can work, hopefully break that angel's mind control, and I can defeat this. I knew it was going to be a hard battle going in. Come on, one more hit. Here comes a mind flare. Great. And I'm like, alright, take this guy out. Come on. Here we go. Turn the tide of battle. I believe this is another breaking my concentration, so there goes my shield. Alright, here we go. Come on. I'm gonna have to take the opportunity attack, and I believe I do it. I'm like, alright, let's do this. Or do... Oh, right, I tried that. That turned the... that... This is the one that turns the tide. Yay.
Fool you are. You cannot kill me. I am eternal. Myrtle, Lord of Bones, I am here. I am ready. I am yours.
And I'm like, oh, crap. Yeah. The moment I realized I'd screwed up. Yeah, this is when I'm like, yeah, no. It's pointless continuing from here on in. It's just, like, I got the illithid, I got, the, Jesus, the intellect of ours. It's just, oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, going after Ketheric right away was the worst decision ever. I wonder how long I tough it out. Oh, the angel's dead, so I'm like, screw that. Huh, I hold out to the very end. Cool. And this time around I go, okay, I'm sending in... I think I try to sneak attack the boss guy. Pretty sure I do that. Like, do I even manage to... Is he invulnerable right now? Can I even damage him? It's a flaming arrow. Yeah, no damage. Blah 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 blah.
He's never fought a great war. You are all this time. I will kill you now. And then I will raise with
Okay, so... And then I go, wait, what? What? I think I know that I need to break her out of the cage. But instead of trying for it immediately, I go, okay, I'm going to bring everybody back.
No time to waste. It's go time. Say bye-bye.
And just whittle away at things and kill everybody except him, and then I can deal with the god, hopefully, without failing miserably. Yeah, so that was the intent, just to draw all the enemies away. Hopefully he's still standing there on the cliff. Spoiler alert, he decides to come down and fight. Whoops. But I'm able to kill all of them, almost. Take out the illithid, and then I can breathe a sigh of relief and go rescue her and then kill him. And yeah.
I'm fury. I am death. Taking position. Some blood. Tactical. I wonder if this is worth the cost. Ready for another round? Taking position. What's it gonna take? Nothing will stand in my way. These boots have seen everything.
With finesse.
Victory awaits. Make way. Now this is my happy place. I won't give in.
Now you wear a face to match your soul, Oathbreaker. My fury, my death.
Incoming.
I go through a bit of searching for something that can help damage him, and have a better chance of doing that damage than simply firing an arrow. But I end up just firing arrows because they're all 20% chance of damage, pretty much. The ones that actually are decent.
Master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
No. No. We pick our way toward our fates. Unleashed. You have my sword. My fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
The Chosen One is dead. Permanently, this time.
Ketherick's netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
Ouch. I'll need some healing. Ready. Anything of use?
In death, the body is calming, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable. A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened. The crown's marking suggests it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are netherstones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain. One of them I know, Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver, a worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Ketherick was a follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the dead three. Bane, Baal, and Merkel, the tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers, a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an Elder Brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve. Hope is a luxury for those who have a choice. This is the battle of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an Elder Brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order the Death Gods chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the Brain from the Chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance. Assume nothing.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Soldier.
Action, not reaction.
No time to rest. Attention.
Enough waiting. We crave blood. wind back in my sails.
Is that blood? No, never mind. Don't waste a step. Let's see. I've been thinking, you saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How? I'd never have protected a Bay Knight even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him. He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it. I have something to ask.
The shadows yet fester. The dead three united under cover of darkness. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls? No. Nor canst thou count mind flayers among them. Yet, the three amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services. Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Myrtle, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished as one and as three. The alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder. No. Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold.
Our enemies spread like rod rot. Treat one patch, and two more bloom in its place. An elder brain, bound by lost Netherese magic, with servants of the dead three holding the chain. Reminds me of old times. More than anyone should. But I never dreamed I'd see the dead three working in consort with Illithids. It is most disturbing. But take courage. We have killed a man who could not die, and stripped the Absolute's army of its general. You have a Netherstone, and we're on the scent of two more. These chosen have reason to fear you, and I would like to be at your side when you confront them. Of course, falling foul of Ketherick convinced me that my grand adventures were behind me. That even if I survived, I should hang up my blades. But you convinced me otherwise. We've entered into darkness together. Now we come out the other side. I'd say I'm feeling a little refreshed. When we reach Baldur's Gate, there will be even darker paths to tread. I will follow you wherever they lead. How does it compare to a shadow-cursed inn? With the Absolute's army gone, the Risen Road should be clear. We can follow it all the way to Baldur's Gate. There's a Harper's safe house in Worm's Crossing. Dentelan's Dancing Axe. We do well to check in with them before entering the city proper. Beyond that, our course is yours to set. Find me at your camp, huh? I can remember how to take orders, as well as give them.
You wanted something? It seems like you have ample company already. You'll need to figure out who you can live without before... Go on.
Yeah, and at this point I'm like, okay, let's close off this story arc kind of thing. And my one regret, I didn't talk to Isabel before I talked to the Angel, because they both disappear together, which is really dumb, but whatever, right? So yeah, I should have talked to the one on the left. So, oops.
It is time we spoke about your heritage. There's a debt I must repay.
You claim to know something about me. You knew about the wolves. Tell me everything.
There's nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget. Shah's embrace is something that was forced upon you. It is not your true nature.
That can't be. I was always loyal to Shah.
Until you weren't. Do you think it was but a brief lapse? A moment of madness? No. I think you finally listened to your heart. When you freed me from the Shadowfell, you severed a bond between me and that dog Thorm. A bond of pain, his inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others someplace distant. Let me help you remember, so there will be no doubt.
A memory appears at the forefront of your mind.
That wolf. That elf.
You already know who he is. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood? He is your father. And he lives still, as does your mother. I felt them, bound to you.
That can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman, one who knows what must be done.
I have to find my parents.
You will have to face your abductors in their very lair, in Baldur's Gate. There is one more way in which I can help you. You have been forewarned, and now you shall be forearmed. You will remember this spear, no doubt. It was to be the instrument of my death. Now, it will become a parting gift in exchange for my life.
I thought that was lost in the Shadowfell. How do you have it?
Shar is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. I felt this spear call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shar calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will need it. But what you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before. A debt repaid. You gave me my life back. Now go and claim your own.
There must be more you can tell me.
Your mind is a deep, dark wood. There are dead ends, shadowy corners, lurking threats. I was lucky to be able to glean as much as I did. Besides, there are more hardships ahead. Knowing too much may cause you to despair, while a little ignorance may shield you. One last thing. Your parents have been in the hands of Shar's followers for some 40 years. It must take tremendous will for mortals to hold out that long. See that their sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
Still alive, so that's progress.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey. On one hand, they seem useful, but on the other hand, or perhaps tentacle before long, we know where they're coming from, and what lies at the end of that path. I never expected Ceramorphosis to be tempting. I think we should resist these powers. There's simply too many unknowns for us to risk it. And some might say eels and turnips boiled in milk is a delicacy, but some are fools. I'll make my own mind up.
Time to press ahead. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun. Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it? It is. And I did. I was 17. Father, Elder Ravengard, had just been named the Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the cult of the dragon made its move. A religion devoted to conjuring the most evil of goddesses, the dragon Tiamat. But 10 days after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill, the Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in a storm. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul, and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city. She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie. I had Mizora at my side, and the archdevil Zariel died in our hands that day. I burned with the fires of Avernus, and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. When we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed. It is the 1 star I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only 1 word. Go. So I did. I understand. I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious, but once you've taken a lifted by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you. else is on your mind?
Seems simple enough. Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder. He got his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just, it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe and he paid me well. Well enough to move into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands, and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in a furnace with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he went. Evil, evil bastard. Copper for your thoughts. You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more lithid into the mix? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine. And yet, hope you don't expect me to follow suit.
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me. Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me? We better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
So, it's a quest to free Shadowheart's parents, is it? And here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a typical family reunion waiting in the city. Perhaps if you lost a follower or two, I prefer to travel in... Well, in that case...
Yeah, thanks for watching my commentary and listening to my babbling. Yeah, it was Gary Oldman who was in Batman Dark Knight Returns, right? So is Gordon the Commissioner. So, yeah, that Keswick voice actor, I asked my wife, and she can't recall what character he was playing on Special Victims Unit or Law and Order, but yeah, he's recognizable, but not who I thought he was. Anyways, have a good one.